The Joe Rogan Experience.
That's the whole system is so fucking corrupted. And it's so obvious. Like, we're at a stage where, like, we have enough information to see, like, that how much greed and money just corrupts the system.
But I don't think we really got to see it until Trump ran. I think you got to see it unveiled in a way when Trump ran that you never got to see before. Because also you got the rise of independent journalism that happens at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have people that report just on the facts, not like this CNN fucking lean or the Fox News lean, but just reports on exactly what's happening and how it happened. That just didn't exist before. So you get an if you're paying attention and you follow those people, and a lot more people are than ever before, you get a way different understanding of how gross this game is. Yeah. And because the guy was so polarizing, and because he was such an easy guy to turn into a Nazi, like you pointed to him, you're like, this is our fuck him. Look at the way he talks. Yeah. He's gonna ruin the world. It's a threat to democracy. We could do anything we can to stop him. So what do? They stop all the primaries. They don't have real primaries anymore. They haven't had a real primary since 2012. Yeah. They rig them. They rig it with Bernie Sanders. They rig it with RFK Jr. You know, they're just, the whole business is gross. It's gross.
I wish us as humans were all like together enough to just self-govern.
You would need people to enter into politics at the highest level that didn't need the money and really were good people that really wanted to just change the tone of how everything is governed. And that's going to be so hard to do because the money is so nuts.
And that's,
do you see the Nancy Pelosi thing? The new one?
She was being interviewed and then was like, I didn't want to talk about that.
Anderson Cooper. Yeah. You put that on. Anderson Cooper, he sneaks it in. She's like, I came in here to talk about the anniversary of Medicaid. Like, she cares about Medicaid. She's worth an estimated $400 million now.
How? What's the salary? $70,000 a year?
$170,000 a year, something like that. $200,000 a year, maybe. You know, but watching the panic in her face, realizing that Trump is now president, and they're talking about literally going after her for insider trading, and the undeniable evidence that they have had better results on the stock market than literally anyone ever. Yeah. And they have access to information about laws that are going to be passed. Yeah. If that's not insider trading, what the fuck is?
And that's what I mean. The greed, the level of greed is so strong that you
got that video?
She might even had good intentions getting into office.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Or anybody.
Shut your mouth.
I feel like it's a system that corrupts the minute you get in.
I think so. I think if you want to succeed, like what happens, maybe you have these idealistic perspectives on how politics works or what you can do in your contribution. And then you get in and you're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
I have to survive. You know, like I've had candid conversations with Tulsi Gabbard about what it was like. And she's a person, she was like, tries to be friends with everybody. She tries to reach across the aisle. She's got that whole aloha spirit. Uh-huh. And she was like, it's crazy. Like the amount of backstabbing that's going on. Like when she got into office, like, first of all, you realize, like, you're not really in control of everything because there's another person who's in control of each individual department, and they'll stop whatever you're trying to do every step of the way. They get in the way of everything. And what are you going to do? You're going to replace everybody? And how are you going to find qualified people to take those jobs? This guy's been at that he's been the czar of this commission for 25 years. Yeah. So he knows, like, all the ties and all the financial agreements. Here, let's watch this because it's so funny.
Let me just read what he said. I'm sorry that we had some sort of technical issue. Nancy Pelosi became rich.
Why do you have to read that? We're here to talk about the 60th anniversary of Medicaid. That's what I agreed to come to talk about.
Yeah, but I wanted
what that means in the election.
I wanted to give you a chance just to respond. He accused you of insider trading. What's your response to that?
That's ridiculous. In fact, I very much support the trading of members of Congress. Not that I think anybody's doing anything wrong. If they are prosecuted and they go to jail. But because of the confidence it instills in the American people, don't worry about this. But I have no concern about the obvious investments that have been made over time. I'm not into it. My husband is, but it isn't anything to do with anything insider. But the president has his own exposure, so he's always projecting. He's always projecting. And let's not give him any more time on that, please. We're going forward here, and I'm very proud of my family. And while he might make fun of us, while somebody inspired by him breaks into our home and hits my husband in a deadly fashion, hits my husband over the head, and he thinks that's a riot, I'd rather not go into some of my other complaints about him right now. Rather to talk about the 60th anniversary of Medicaid.
Okay. First of all, what crazy projection. She immediately turned herself into a victim. She immediately went from Jake Tapper's like, what's your response? Oh, this is ridiculous. Nothing was insider. Nothing. We have $400 million, whatever. What's really important is Trump inspired a man who broke. First of all, how do you know? That guy was a literal crazy person that broke into that house.
Yeah, that was a weird fucking thing,
schizophrenic.
too.
He had a hammer. He smashed the back window. He broke into the house. Paul thought that he could talk the guy down. It looked like Paul had a drink in his hand, so he's probably a little lit.
Yeah.
Probably a little more calm than he should have been. And then the cops are at the door, and the dude hits him in the head with a hammer. That guy was a crazy person. You're blaming Donald Trump for that?
No.
That's so nuts that you have gone from... You made an insane amount of money. A lot of people say you're insider trading. What's your response to Donald Trump? My husband got hit in the head with a hammer.
They're all black belts at deflection.
He thinks it's funny. You know, it's because it's all because the president has a lot of exposure.
Because it's funny, Trump does the same shit with her. If he's on the hot seat, it'd be Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
You know, it's they all have that natural deflection.
Yeah, man. It's like,
and it's like we all fucking accept it somehow. Like we might make fun of it or be like, because my bullshit meter goes off all the fucking time. Like you're fucking lying to me right now. Like
listen,
you can see it.
There's a reason why that whole ability to trade stocks is still in position, and it's because they want it there. They make a shit ton of money. The general
and they have
public
all the insider information.
So they have to figure out at what point in time is this too dangerous, and who's willing to make this a law? Who's willing to change this? And what politicians are going to sign on board for that? Because they're actually voting against their own self-interests.
Yeah.
Right. If they all decide, it's like they're playing chicken. As long as they don't do it.
Yeah.
As long as they don't do it, then they can still make a ton of money. But if you look at the numbers, if you look at who's making money on the stock market, it is not all Nancy Pelosi. It is red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. It's pretty much down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you could skirt the legalities, why would you not take information that you have gained and try to utilize it to your improvement?
And you're hanging out with Harry, the senator from fucking South Dakota or whatever, and Harry's got a yacht. How'd you get a yacht, Harry? Yeah. Bobby's got his own private jet. How'd you get your own jet, Bob? You're a congressman. What are you doing? And those people that are able to generate that kind of wealth, and I think she's the poster girl for it, unfortunately, but it's not her. Who's made the most? Yeah, let's find that out.
There's an article here. I don't know if this is officially the most, but there's people that have made more than her.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Where does it say, though?
More than 20 member here.
Okay. More than 20 members made almost double the S&P 500 average gain, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So
you tell me it's 0.5% more, but percentage more. Okay.
David Rouser, Republican, North Carolina. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Democrat, Florida. Ron Wyden, Democrat, Oregon. Roger Williams, Republican, Texas. See, that's the point. It's it's not blue. It's not red. It's just corruption across the board. They're all doing it. If you're making more than 50%, that's bananas. That's bananas.
Yeah.
What is their... Hold on. Scroll back down. Scroll down. Okay, look at this. The Pelosi one, an almost cult-like following for her financial disclosures, saw the value of her household's portfolio rise by 71% in recent years. That kind of trading is super unusual.
Yeah.
To make more than double the average gain of 24.9. So make more than 50%. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
No, and how do you explain that?
And how do you explain
use
those
super
decisions?
Genius? Yeah.
When you look at the decisions, like she dumped stock, and then 3 months later, some big bill comes down the line that fucks that company.
Yeah.
She buys stock, and then 3 months later, some big bill that comes down that they're funding for this new project. It's crazy. More than a dozen U.S. officials sold stocks before Trump's tariff sent the market plunging. Of course they did.
Yeah.
Well, how about when Trump tweets out to buy? Remember that?
That was part of this, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucking
hey,
nuts.
don't do that. And it's crazy that he's in his own money too. How about that?
And yet, still, like, poor people are sitting here arguing about who's the better person. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, they're all corrupt and they're all fucking us.
Some less than others. Some are
Certainly,
allowing us
certainly.
to talk.
And I think that's when you see like the South Park episode with Trump. Like, I know we're not in a fascist state yet. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like we're still okay.
Exactly.
We're still okay
as long as South Park exists. We're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's all weird, man, because this system is completely fucked. It's completely fucked, and we don't want it to be, and they want it to stay the way it is. And so there's this weird thing where they have to get elected. So to get elected, they have to say the things that we want them to say. And so then we believe it every year, like fucking Charlie Brown going to kick that football, and Lucy pulls it away.